Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, so L'Oreal True Match. It's powder and I like it. But I like this stuff too. So sometimes I use both. If I even put foundation on, I don't always put foundation on, but if you need to, and sometimes I do it just because it makes your skin look smoother, you know, like if you blend it in, like you see less imperfections on your face. So I take, the True Match has like a little sponge applicator, so I'm just gonna do it all to show you everything. And if there is one thing I can tell you about foundation, do you ever see girls that like their faces are different colors than their necks? Yeah, don't do that. Anytime you put foundation on, every time, I always put it down my neck so that, you know, it's all the same color. And when I put foundation on, I usually use both of these, but you know, it's like whatever works for you. I use the I mean, it's not liquid, but it's like you can tell what that is. But so that's kind of a wet version, and I'd put it literally everywhere, like over my eyebrows and everything, so like nothing's a different color, you know. And then they're on the dresser, and then God, I've had so many interruptions, like I'm ready to like I deleted fucking 3 videos already, fuck. Anyway, so then no, so after I do that, I normally put on powder. If I, like I said, if I put foundation on at all, just to like set it, you know. And I do all of it with the same sponge applicator. Just make sure your neck is the same color as your face, because you look like a fucking asshole if it's not. If you've got dark circles, put it more under your eyes. I do sometimes. Right now I don't. But I just got done picking the fuck out of my face, so if you see like all these little red spots and shit, it's because I'm a psycho pimple popper and I have this badass mirror. Oh, you've seen it, you've been over. But yeah. And it's like super magnified, which is fucking awesome if you're like me and you like to pop the shit out of your pimples. Alright, so I do that first, always, if I do that. And then I do primer, because I always do primer next, because the primer needs to dry. I don't recommend LA Colors for shit because they're really cheap and the quality is normally really bad, but this is just primer. It really doesn't matter. So I put it on. It's for your eyes, but I put it on my lips too because I wear lipstick, and it makes it last, you know. I should have some background music, like all those cool people on YouTube, but I don't know how to make my phone play music and record at the same time. Okay, and then when I do the primer, I like make a line there, I make a line there, and I make a line there. I make a line there, just to get it all over. And sometimes like I put it in my eyebrows too, because I use powder to fill in my eyebrows, and that's what the primer's for, is powder. And I'm telling you, dude, if you get primer, this shit will last all day. Like, I went out yesterday with Ryan on a fucking job, like trimming trees and shit, and my makeup was still on fleek by the time I was fucking done. I'm like, damn, ain't that some shit? So, okay, then while this is drying, let it dry, because if you put something on it before it dries, it like, your brush like sticks to it, and it just doesn't go on right. So try to let it mostly dry. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect, but just let it dry. And I just like rubbed it in so it's all over my lid and all over my lips. Then I do blush. I use this e.l.f. thing. I don't know how much this was because somebody else bought it for me, but yeah. So then this, if you just want to get a single color, I really like this stuff. I fucking dropped this thing, so like the powder and shit's gone. But this is Maybelline and it's called Fit Me, and I really liked the color that was in there, but I just am now using the brush because this e.l.f. palette didn't come with a brush. So I'm using pink, and sometimes I dip it in all the colors just to fucking see what I come up with. And I always start like this. I just draw a line up and then just blend it. Like right in the middle of your cheekbones, you know? You know what I'm saying? Bam. There you go. Fucking blush. Do the other side. It basically just like gives it an outline, and I do that with a lot of the makeup, like a lot of stuff that I do. Like I make an outline first because that's really what you need, is an outline to go by. There's my blush. It looks pretty. Okay. Eyebrows. So I showed you this pencil the other day when you were here. We can't figure out what it is, but it's just a fucking eyebrow pencil. So I was watching this girl. I was watching this tutorial on YouTube, and she was saying that for girls with dark hair to go, like when it comes to their eyebrows, to use something 2 shades lighter than their hair, so it doesn't look like you just took a Sharpie and fucking drew on eyebrows. But when it comes to blonde girls, use 2 shades darker, because I don't know why, but it looks better. So you should, I know you already kind of have like a shape to your eyebrow, Kaylee. So anyway, if you didn't know, take any kind of pencil like this, and where your pupil is where your arch should be, and then where it's supposed to end is where your tear thing comes up here. That's why I draw mine on, because my eyebrows are not long enough. And then where they're supposed to start is from your middle, or from the inner tear duct. That's where they're supposed to start. But so I start at my arch and draw down, and I'm gonna create just my shape with this, and then I color it in with a powder palette that I'm gonna show you. I just go down from the arch. Oh, and I did my blush after I did my primer, so that my primer will dry while I was doing my blush. That's why I do that in that order. But so you see, I took from just the middle and drew down. And then next I start, like, don't start all the way in here, like at the end of your eyebrow, because that's what you need to work on last. At least this is how I do it. You'll get used to doing yours and figure out your own way to do it, but this is how I always do mine. So after I start at my arch and draw down, I start a little in, like not at the edge, but a little in, just where my hairs start at the bottom, and draw up to that crease. See? You see, now the reason I didn't go over here yet, because that, like, you see how fucked up and weird it is? Like, those parts of your eyebrows are like the weirdest, and that's what you need to work on last, so it doesn't look like not natural, you know? Like, you're aiming for a natural look. Well, obviously it doesn't fucking look natural. You know what I mean, dude. I don't fucking know. I do know, but I don't know. I sound like a fucking idiot. I can't believe I'm doing this shit. Actually, I do, because I really like doing this. Or I can. Oh my fucking god, does anything that come out of my mouth make any sense? Okay, so after I do that, I start at the top. And, like, you see how the bottom is drawn? Okay, I start at the top of where my hairs are and make that, like, area of the shape. This is probably what I spend the most time on, is my eyebrows. I'm telling you, they make the biggest fucking difference on your face. Like, people don't, like, realize, like, how much of a difference maintaining your eyebrows, well, not really maintaining, but, like, doing them. Well, yeah, maintaining them. How much of a difference it'll make on your face if you have, like, eyebrows that are fucking on point. Now, it's a little, like, pointy, but... So, you see this, like... No, I'm making a tutorial. So, you see this, like, see where there's, like, all that you still need to color in? That's what I do with the powder. I just make I just make the line with this. God, I've had so many interruptions. Please tell me you're talking on the phone. Like, please tell me you're getting the fuck out of my house. Anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other one. Like, and then it throws off my train of thought, you know? And I'm like... So I... Once again, drew down from the middle. And then up from the bottom. And if you draw too far, you can always, like, you know, what I'm doing right fucking now. Do what I'm doing. I drew a little too far down, so I'm going to start over a little bit. There, again, bottom, and then the top. Now, once you do that, you can, like, once the line's drawn, you can work a little further in, like I did just there. Like, just a little. Just, like, go over it, make sure it's clean and whatnot.